This project, we titled it Inspired by Agassi because the gist of the project is to get teenagers to stop looking at their phones and the internet for inspiration and to look at the world around them, specifically the natural world on Cape Cod. His mantra of study nature, not books, was something that we really tried to impart on the students, or that I tried to impart on the students for this project. So they did a lot of research on what it means to be a naturalist. They went to Brewster, to the tidal flats. We went to Monomoy, to the National Wildlife Refuge there, and then we went back to Brewster to the Natural History Museum. At all those locations, students were asked to look at the landscape, to look at specific details, to actually pick something up and ask specific questions of themselves, like, why is this leaf shaped this way? Why is that bird flying in that direction? Why is that tree leaning over this way? To really stop and look at the world around them. Having grown up on Cape Cod, it's easy to just be kind of jaded about the environment here. It's all very beautiful, but you get kind of used to that. And so this project asked students to really look at details of things, to really pay attention to why things were behaving the way they were behaving in nature. Bigger places, we were able to look at whole vistas and pay attention to small details. And then at the end, we went to the Natural History Museum, and that's where they were able to zoom in on actual creatures in front of them that they might have wanted to see but didn't get a chance to see. So there's taxidermed birds there, and coyotes, and there's frogs, and there's fish, and there's all sorts of things that they were able to focus in on. So now they're going to take all the information that they collected on these trips and in their sketchbooks and in their writings, and they're going to create something called a broadside, which is a combination of art and writing. So they've got writings, they've got artwork that they started. They're going to be creating 2 major works. They've been asked to create something based on a zoom out, a landscape, and also a zoom in, which is a close-up of something. And we couldn't go on the trips without the Falmouth Education Foundation. They are the reason why we're able to do pretty much anything that we want to do with these projects, because we just wouldn't be able to afford the trip, we wouldn't be able to afford the materials that we need, and it's because of them that the students have these opportunities.
One of the places we went was the Brewster tidal flats. The tide was pretty high, so we didn't actually see the flats, but the beaches were really big, and it was really windy, and it was a great view out over the beach. And I drew a jetty in the beach, and I also drew one of the trails in the hills from the marshes that lead to the beach.
So I was also inspired by the Monomoy beach, but I also found a lot of inspiration at the fish pier. I thought it was fun watching the fishermen in their life, which is less naturalistic, but then also there was a seagull that was perched at the pier, and I was able to draw it actually because it stood so still. And there were also seals there that were pretty adorable, and just kind of the bustle and the intersection of humans and nature was really interesting there.